I liked you when you were just cute. Okay. All right, so I talked about, like my problems with the male sex, gender. But I'm going to talk about a man who's been my best friend and has shown me what an amazing man can be. So, I wrote this as a dedication. So you don't think that I think that all men are they're amazing men out there. Damn. He was drifting like an old man with his first Sunday suit on. His heart large and warm, encompassing me like lion's wings. Speaking with the kind of noisy funk that Savion brings, his soul is Nat King. He takes his friends on reminiscent trips where he collects pieces of his life and battles homesickness. On some days, he elicits stealth warnings, especially when his temper is warming, he's about to explode. He's trying to mentally implode all his dualistic feelings of being that midnight Negro that just wants to fuck, and the daylight Assyrian prince who wants to elevate your clitoris to astronomical proportions, penetrating your mind into ghetto distortions of reality. He embraces you with arms, not unlike the branches of the African boab tree. Hiding behind his eyes is that person he would not like you to see, that real he screaming, "Let me be, let me breathe," like. He was running like Tommy Smith down a Green Mile on a million-man march through the Underground Railroad wearing a sandwich board that reads, I am the omniscient pride on the other side, the supreme being's black-hand side. He's got God doing the Roger Rabbit and the electric slide, showing Sammy Davis Jr. and Josephine Baker how to step into the light. That me was hanging in the air like vulnerability, and how the hell did I get here? His attention sipping on translucent bottles of ADD, his mind tripping on Twilight demented images of the WB to TV pilot, where the average black actress wins an Emmy for allowing her buck-naked facets to run freely, profiling like she has her first Sunday suit on. Meanwhile, we're kicking up fun Fantasia shit with Black Albert t-shirts and blue suede Adidas. I think he just needs a break from this keep it real thing. Because he doesn't give a fuck what the world is thinking. Because he'll keep kissing and fucking on the whim that he might not be here tomorrow, to do what he wished yesterday, to say what he never thought he could say, like to live any other way would be disrespect to the knowledge he's acquired and the lessons he's inspired to share with those who immediately surround him and can't help but to love him. Because he's guardian number 2, looking out for you like the A-Team if they were a group of Watusi African men who knew Kung Fu. He's just kind of sitting in that funk of being a real man, who follows his own plans. Under the extended arm is his creator, and he takes every day with a grain of salt and a grit of tooth, and is finally open enough to accept the truth of his third eye and revamps his mind to match the imperial path of Haile Selassie. And who knows how the fuck he manages to do it all and still be there when you call without the slightest reply about the good old days when you would left your grits and greens eaten ass stranded like the daughters of the dust. When doing for you is a must, and just trying to do you is not his kind of lust. Because that kind of fluff is uniform for the rest of the world. He secretly idolizes you as his intellectual ghetto girl with goddess-like tendencies. And yet, undeniably, he's a man, drifting endlessly through the night like a black Zeus, trying to put his introspective theories to use, trying to manifest some truths with the silver-plated noose passed down through generations. Meanwhile, his ancestors are just hibernating, waiting for him to get it. That it's not about conquering life, but accepting your purpose. That all he has to be in reality is whatever he dreams. He just has to declare it for himself, that inalienable right to be free. Until then, he just keeps being and breathing like... Thank you.